This video is actually a video response to one of Emma Blackery's videos. If you don't know who Emma Blackery is, she is a... well, in comparison to me, she's a really famous YouTuber. She made a video called Turn-Ons and Turn-Offs. I think that's right. Something to that effect. And it was sort of as a part of a tag game thing, like those 5 things you didn't know about me video things that everyone was doing. Now, because I only started doing vlogs like a month ago, yeah, almost exactly a month ago, so happy month anniversary. I'm not very known in the YouTube scene. I'm not known at all, so obviously she didn't tag me in this turn-ons and turn-offs thing. So since I don't really have anyone who would tag me into something like this, and I don't really know any vlogger well enough on a personal level to tag them in something like this, so I thought I would just jump in and respond anyway, even though I wasn't asked to, because I'm just that guy. I even doubt that she will ever see this video, because why would she? She is like up here, while I'm like down there in the YouTube scene, so we don't really run in the same circles. She made a list of 8 turn-ons and turn-offs, so I did the same. I think it's a fitting amount. I wrote them down on this name tag thing I got at the bank that, you know, I needed something to write on and it was the closest thing, so. Now, just to make it clear, these turn-ons and turn-offs are not of the sexual persuasion, if that makes any sense to say, I don't really know. They're basically just what I like in a girl and what I don't like in a girl. The first turn-on I mentioned is pretty generic, pretty basic. I think most guys will agree with me on this. Confidence. It's just nice to see when a girl is confident enough to just be herself and isn't always constantly worrying about how she looks or how she acts or just whatever. When she just is herself, confident and comfortable in her own skin. A turn-off I wrote to sort of be the opposite of that. I think it kind of makes sense. I wrote fishing for compliments. I don't know if that's the best way to put it in a few words, but that's how I wanted to word it, obviously. It's just so frustrating when girls say, "Oh, I'm so fat, oh, I'm so ugly, oh, I look so terrible," when in truth they know that they don't. I mean, it would be entirely different if a girl who said this actually had low self-esteem and really did feel that way about herself. But when it's a girl who knows that she is attractive or slim or whatever the end result she's going for is, then that's just fucking annoying. So girls, if you really do look the way you want to look, don't say that you don't. Yeah, don't say that you don't. The next turn-on I'm going to mention will probably make me sound a bit shallow. But when you think about it, everyone sounds a bit shallow at times. Everyone has a physical characteristic they would prefer in their dating partners. Oh God, I sound like a prick. I wrote short. I do prefer it when girls are shorter than me. Now, I'm not that tall. On the metric scale, I am around 1.82 meters, which in the other standard, which I don't remember the name of, I hover around the 6-foot line. In Iceland, that's average. Now, personally, I prefer girls who are around 5'2" to 5'5". I'm not saying that's a prerequisite if you want to date me, but it doesn't hurt. I sound like such a douche. But everyone has 1 or 2 physical features that they prefer, so I'm not going to be ashamed to say it. Now, on the other side of the note, on the turn-off list, I wrote tall. I'm not saying that every girl higher than 5'5" is just a no-go for me. Even girls at eye level, at my height, are fine. But I do have to admit that I can't see myself dating a girl taller than myself. Now that makes me sound like a douchebag. It's not that I would feel less masculine or just less of a man for being with her, but it's just something that it's just it's just a turn-off. I mean, yeah, it's just one of my turn-offs. I can't really explain why. The next turn-on I wrote was funny. Now, by that I don't mean that she has to be a clown, you know, constantly telling jokes and making me laugh hysterically. By that I just mean a girl who has a sense of humor. There are a few things that I like more than to see a girl crack a smile or a giggle. Now, of course, on the opposite side of that line, I wrote humorless. You probably know a girl who falls under that category, who just is always that deadpan look, just never laughs or even cracks a smile at anything that happens. You know, it's a turn-off. It makes me think that you don't have a personality. I don't know how bad that sounds, but I need girls to be able to smile or laugh around me. I don't know. It's just, I need it. The next turn-on I wrote is artistic. I love it when a girl has an interest in anything artistic, whether it's reading poetry or acting on stage. Personally, I would consider myself a semi-artistic person. I mean, I love to act, I love to sing, I love to write, anything artistic and creative. So, of course, I'm going to want the girl I'm dating to be that way too. I couldn't really think of an opposite thing to artistic that would fit well on my list, so the next turn-off I wrote was clingy. I once dated a clingy girl, and that relationship did not end well. When a girl practically wants to go to the bathroom with you and can't spend more than 5 minutes away from you, that gets a bit much. It is almost terrifying when a girl can't let go. It is, it almost scares me. The next turn-on I wrote is kind of maybe a weird one, I don't know. I wrote nerdy. Now, today, I think you will agree, the term nerd is pretty widespread, so I'm gonna have to clarify a bit. I love it when a girl gets so into a hobby or interest that her eyes literally sparkle when she starts talking about it. For example, my nerdy hobbies and interests are anime, manga, comics, Doctor Who, Final Fantasy, Pokemon, just a lot of, nerdy things. Now, I can talk for hours and hours about any of those subjects, and I love it when girls can do it too. The next turn-off I wrote is overly emotional. It's pretty self-explanatory. I mean, it's okay to be an emotional person, to have an emotional side to you. I mean, I understand that you feel hurt when you lose a family member, or your best friend gets into an accident, or a coworker. Don't really know where I was going with that one. But I understand that some things make you feel depressed or whatever. But turning every little thing into an emotionally tense issue, that's just not gonna work for me, or probably any guy. The next turn-on I wrote is into musicals. I know that's kind of specific, but it's just one of the things I live for. I absolutely love musicals. I mean, if it were up to me, everyone would be singing all the time. So, of course, my dream girl, who obviously doesn't exist because everyone has ridiculously high and unrealistic standards for their dream partner, but my dream girl knows every single song from a musical by heart. Basically, what I want someday is a girlfriend that I can sing musical songs with. I don't know what that says about me. The next turn-off I wrote, too girly. I guess a better way to put it would be a Barbie doll. It just frustrates me when girls put so much effort into their looks and just trying to be the perfect little blonde doll thing that they think everyone wants to date, but pretty much no one wants to, because they're just empty shells of dumb blondness. That was sexist, and I apologize for that. But I think some of you know where I'm going with this, so I'm just not gonna say anymore at the risk of being flagged or something. The next turn-on, for me, is independent. I love it when a girl offers to split the bill when you've had dinner together, or, carries heavy things for herself. I'm always happy to pay for meals, and I will carry every heavy box in the world if you ask me to, but it's nice to know that a girl can take care of herself, that she doesn't constantly need someone next to her to catch her if she falls. The next turn-off I wrote is worries about opinions. I guess what I mean by that is that I've noticed with a few girls that they are constantly worrying about, what do other people think of me? Am I doing this right according to them? Just, you shouldn't worry about it. Just be you, do what you want to do, and if anyone doesn't like it, fuck them. Who the fuck cares? As long as you're making yourself happy and those close to you, no one else should matter. The 8th and last turn on the road is happy doing what she's doing. I don't know if that sounds right, but I just love it when a girl is doing what she wants to do and is happy. There isn't this constant goal that she's trying to reach endlessly and just doesn't have time for anything else. The 8th and final turn-off I'm going to mention is kind of on the money. It's just no common interests. It is mortifying to be talking to a girl and she has no idea what you're saying. And then she brings up a topic and you have no idea what she's saying. When it's been like 20-30 minutes of that, you should take that as a sign that it's not to be. If you can't find any common ground to talk about, then just give up. I'm not saying that everyone should like the same thing, that would be bad. But at least have a foundation of common things to talk about. If you don't even have that, then what the hell are you doing? I hope you enjoyed my list of turn-ons and turn-offs. I would love to see your lists of turn-ons and turn-offs in the comments or video response, so feel free to do that whenever. I will be putting a link to Emma's video in the doobly-doo, so you can check that out if you like. You really should. She is a fantastic YouTuber. And Emma, if you see this, I hope it's okay that I video responded to your video. If not, just let me know and I'll take it down. If I knew any other vloggers well enough to tag them in a game like this, then I would totally do that, but I don't have anyone in mind, so I'm not going to do that. But like I said, feel free to video respond to my video even though I have no idea who you are. We can get to know each other and be friends and stuff. I like stuff. If you happen to have liked this video, feel free to toss me a like, and if you happen to have liked me, feel free to toss me a subscribe. Goodbye!